back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another Snapchat Q&A. I like doing these weekly just so that we can like connect and we can feel like we're best friends, and you kind of update me on your life and I see what's going on in your life, and then you kind of see what's going on in mine because I snap a lot of you guys back. So it feels like we're just constantly like BFFs, like you go throughout your day and I go throughout my week and whatever. And we just kind of like reconnect every whenever these are posted, a Thursday or Sunday. You can look forward to these to kind of come on here and chat with me because it feels good to connect with someone. I do this because I want to feel like, I don't know, I like the feeling of going throughout my week and then knowing that I have time to reconnect with someone and see how they're doing. And this is why we're going to be doing the Snapchat Q&A, which will be on my channel on Thursdays and Sundays. If you're new, join the family. It's a really wonderful time. My phone's great. My phone case cracked, but you know, life's fine. We are going to keep going, keep trekking on. I have so many Snapchats from you guys, like it's insane. And I'm going to try to get through as many as possible. Again, I'm trying to hit 400K in the next, couple weeks or whatnot. And I'd love for you guys to subscribe. It'd mean literally the absolute world to me. Like, you know that feeling when you wait for something for so long and it happens and you get so excited? Like, this is what it is for me. So if you guys could subscribe, it would mean the world to me. So let's begin. I like the video ones. I just tend to think those are super fun, so I'm going to do as many videos ones as possible. So I want to load them, like what?
Hi Alina, I just woke up from a nap, so I look super crazy. But I was just wondering, how do you save money as a college student? Like, how do you do both? Love you.
Okay, so first of all, when you're a college student, you get so many perks. Like, if you go to like a lot of sites will have like different discounts. Like one of my favorite sites is Misguided, and you literally, if you enter like your school email, get it like confirmed, you get like 15% off every order on top of like sales stuff. So only because you have like a promo code, but you have your code on top, which is so awesome. So it's like all that studying pays off. Also at Topshop, you get a discount. So look at stuff for you. I think you get Amazon Prime for a year for free if you're a student, things like that. Like, you get so many awesome perks if you just look into if they have like a college type of situation. Also, I've noticed, and I don't know, this is just kind of a thing I've noticed through other people, and also not only hearing through friends, but also I listen to Girl Boss Radio. If you guys know, it's Sophia Amoruso, the founder of Nasty. She has like a podcast. I listen to it whenever I'm driving because LA traffic be crazy, like 5 miles is an hour, so I listen to that. But she was talking about a lot of girls she has on there say, like, when you're a college student, like, you can go have interviews or things with big people just by being like, hey, I'm like a college student, I need this for a class, and they'll be so much more willing than if you're literally a random person being like, hey, I'm trying to start a business, like, can I come in for an interview? They're much likely to take you, first of all, more seriously, and just take favor to you because they're like, oh, they're like getting an education, they just want like some info. A lot of the girls on that podcast talk about how when they were like in school, they got so much leeway with being a student, with getting really cool information from really important people. So always like use that as a, like, if you want to get information from someone or you want to talk to someone more important, you can always like take that, hey, I'm a college student, I need this for a project, or I love like, you're an inspiration to me, I'm writing a paper, I'm doing my senior thesis, things like that. You can always use that, you know what I mean? It just, people are more likely to take advantage of that. I totally understand, I totally respect. I think even like later in life, if anyone, whoever's as a college student ever came to me just asking any type of question, I'd be so much more open to them because I feel like a lot of older people also are so supportive of education that they'll be like, heck yes, like I will do this, more than if there's just like someone that was like, hey, I want to ask you a few questions, you know? So discounts and things like in your business career and things like that, definitely take those to advantage. I know it's kind of random, but I just thought I'd bring it up. That's such a deep question. Okay, one thing are people to learn from me. If I could have one thing that people could learn from me, I think it would be the fact that you have the ability to create your future. It doesn't matter what people tell you or what is a normal path in life or etc. You literally within you have all the resources. I know sometimes it's so hard to believe, to create anything and everything you want. There's just so many inspirational people who literally also came from nothing that have become amazing. So if the people who came from nothing could do that, you with resources can, I mean, it may take time, it may take a lot of persistence, you know what I mean, it may take hard work, but I just want everyone to know that like you don't have to just follow whatever like you think that you were just born into. You're like, oh, I just have to go to college and work this job and this is all I can do for the rest of my life and just drink on the weekends. Like, no, I want you to feel like every day can be an exciting day for you. You can create whatever life you want, whether it's you're doing something different or being an artist or anything like that. I just want people to learn that you don't have to follow any normal continuum of life, that you literally can craft whatever you want your reality to be. And I want that people to truly like be inspired from that and like learn that they can create this life that they love and that they're excited to be in, and not just feel like they're a slave to the system. So that's what would be really important to me.
Hi Paulina, first of all I have to say you're gorgeous, I love you, I love watching your vlogs. Okay, my question is, I want to start getting into astrology and all that, so what book would you recommend? I just wanted to send you one last snap to tell you that I love you and your vlogs honestly make me the happiest.
Oh my god, that made my day. I'm gonna grab the book that I'd recommend. One second. So the book I recommend is this book. It's literally like 500 pages and it's called The Only Astrology Book You'll Ever Need. I'm almost done with it. I actually took an entire certification course, which I'm almost done, and then I have been reading this 500-page book. This book is honestly like the whole course in a book. It's very like small written and takes a pretty long time to read, but this will teach you everything from basics to every single planet to conjunctions to like T-squares to everything. It'll teach you literally everything in the degrees and the houses. I know it's 500 pages, but maybe just grab this book I got it on Amazon. Oh my gosh, sorry. On Amazon, read like a little bit a day, and throughout within like a 6 months to a year, I'm sure you'll have so much awesome info, and it's just an easy way to get into it, and it's so beautiful also to have. And I've been also reading it in preparation for something that will be launching in the near future. I'm not going to say what, but within the next few weeks there's going to be something exciting that I've been working on since middle of summer to launch for you guys. And if you want to comment what you think it is, you can, but I recommend this book for you. Girl, I think you will love it, and it's so useful, and this is just so pretty to have like out. I'm just obsessed with it.
Paulina, I love you. I was just wondering if you have any advice, or what are your thoughts on love, true love, and just love overall?
Okay, I have so many thoughts about love. Like, honestly, so many thoughts, you guys. Like, you have no idea. I could have like a whole 4-hour power brunch with someone just talking about the different concepts of what I think love is. And I'm such a like, I'm such a talker. Like, it's one of my natures. Like, I'm a Gemini, and it's so true. Like, I just love to talk, so I don't want to get too off topic with this. I think I'll end with this question. I think there's so many aspects to love. I think that the most important thing is to have unconditional love for everyone, and it's the hardest thing to learn, and I don't even know when I'll be there, but I try to, like, meditate and just be as kind and always come from a place of love towards everyone. It is the hardest thing to accept, but once that you see, I'm going to start with like a general overview of love and then kind of get into relationships in a little bit, but once you start realizing that every single person on this planet is just a reflection of you, they are literally just another little speck, another little human, you start to become more caring. There's people who have hurt me, who have done awful things, and before I would just be so upset, and now I just feel like once you start coming from a place of love and understanding that they were once hurt or whatever, it doesn't need to be friends with them. Like, you can quickly forgive them, be like, I return all that energy back to you, I'm done with that. But you can just come from more of a place of understanding from people, which I think is really important. Kind of just changes the whole way you look at people. And again, it also kind of teaches you to look at people as how they treat you is just a reflection of the state that they're in. Like, if someone's nice to you and loving to you and doesn't judge you, that means that they're probably self-confident. They don't judge themselves. They're a loving person. People are like nasty and catty and things like that. That's what's going on in their mind. Like, I feel like it teaches you that. Then onto like love. Okay, I mean, okay. So for example, relationships. I've been in a relationship for almost 3 years, so I feel like I have a lot to say on this, and one of my pet peeves is when people who have been in like a relationship only for a few months try to give you advice on relationships, because I think until you've lived through long relationships, and I'm not even saying mine's that long, I know people who have been in relationships for like 7 to 8 years and then had them end and things like that, and I've learned so much from like mentors like that, but I just think that to understand a lot of concepts of love, you need to have lived through it. And one thing I can say is that, first of all, when you meet someone, I definitely believe that there are people who are soulmates to you. I 100% agree. However, I don't think that just because someone is a soulmate that they're meant to be there for you. You're not meant to marry them, for example. I think that you can have multiple people who you just really, really deeply connect with, you know what I mean? And are you going to marry every single one? I don't know. Like, that's just like mixed. That's just my opinion right now. Also, I think that just because there's times where some people are perfect for you in that moment. For example, people are in relationships for a year and then they end and they're so heartbroken. And I know it's hard to like let go, but I feel like sometimes that person was good for you in that phase of your life. They were exactly what you needed in that time of your life, and they taught you exactly what you need to know in that time. And if they're not you know, helping you grow past that, then it's just hard to let go. But you can still let go with love and appreciation. Like, this person had to be there during this point. They taught you this X, Y, and Z, and you know, and you have to remember, like, this is exactly what you wanted and needed during this time. So I think that, again, with that being said, I think that once you're, obviously when you first start dating someone, it's so exciting and etc. And there's their honeymoon phase and things like that. And these things have been studied, and I've taken a lot of interpersonal, like, relationship classes looking at the dynamics of relationships, and I've taken psychology and sociology classes. So I feel like I have a decent understanding of the phases of, like, relationships. Obviously, after a year, there's definitely a shift, and I've not only studied it, but I've also seen it in my own relationship. So I think a lot of times when that shift happens, people are like, oh my gosh, we're falling out of love, we're gonna break up, like, that's it, like, I'm not in love anymore. And that's not, love isn't that exciting feeling. Like, love is having this deep caring for someone, this, like, deep appreciation for them, being able to do things for them and love them unconditionally and not attach things onto them. You know what I mean? I think that that's what true love is. Like, when you trust someone full-heartedly and you don't attach to them, like, you know what I mean? Like, you love them and care for them, but you respect them also as their own person. I think that that's, like, where really true love comes in. And it's hard, you completely understand, but I also just think it's so funny when people just after a year or, like, even earlier break things off because they don't feel this spark anymore. Because that spark, I mean, there are ways to try to have, like, healthiness and fun in a relationship, but that first lust is not going to carry on into your second or third year. You can ask literally anyone, and you could still be obsessed with that person and love them, but it's just a psychological thing in your brain that it happens in the beginning and just doesn't, you know what I mean? It wouldn't be as exciting if that's how things were permanently, you know? That's the whole fun about meeting someone in the beginning. Like, that's, like, the exciting part. And then later, to keep a relationship healthy, you integrate things like that. You integrate the things that you did early on that brought such excitement and joy and happiness to you. That's what I think keeps a relationship alive. And I think that in your heart, you know, if something is, like, right. I think that deep down, if you sit down, close your eyes for 10 minutes and just meditate and think about how a person makes you feel, you'll know if it's the right person for you or not. You know, sometimes people say, oh, it's love, but they, like, beat me. Like, deep down, that person knows that that isn't love. I think, like, deep at the core, maybe they've convinced themselves through layers and layers, but I think at the very, I'm sorry I'm getting such a random, I think at the very bottom, you know if someone loves for you. I don't think that love is words. I think that love is shown through actions. I think you looking at the way someone treats you, the way they prioritize you, the way they talk about you, honestly, just the overall way they value you is where you can see if someone loves you. If someone values you, puts you as a priority, and respects you, they most likely love you. If they don't do that and they just say that they do, they most likely don't. So that's where I'm gonna end on that. I have so many opinions on that. I honestly could make a whole video on that and, like, write out maybe, like, a more of a game plan. This is just off the top of my head, so it's hard for me to, like, quickly come up with all of this. Those are kind of just my thoughts in general, and yeah, that's basically what I had for this Q&A. It got a little deep, but I love you guys so much. Again, I will be coming back with these weekly, so if you want to be featured, feel free to add me on Snapchat. It's just the same thing as my YouTube username. Again, I would really appreciate if you'd subscribe. I'm really trying to get to 400,000 very soon. You know that feeling, literally, like, I always say this when you, like, have been working for something for so long and it would just mean the world to you. If you guys have ever had that same experience, hopefully you'll understand where I'm coming from and you can help me out and click that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!